Susan Collins, has the president talked about a special counsel with you? And the answer was no, he has not.
Yeah, and he was also asked, I believe also by her, that if you were asked to fire him, would you do it? And he said, I would only do something that was legal and correct, and I wouldn't go along with any order that I didn't think met those guidelines. So we are getting some interesting information out of this appropriations hearing that is going into different territory. All right, let's bring in our panel to talk about it. Leslie Marshall, syndicated radio host and Fox News contributor, and John McCormick, senior writer for the Weekly Standard. Welcome to you both.
Good to be here.
Good morning.
All right, Leslie, you've had a chance to look at this. We're now looking ahead to the Attorney General's testimony this afternoon as well. What piques your interest? What questions do you have and hope to have answered?
Well, the questions I've really been happy with that were answered specifically were what you and Bill were just discussing, because as you know, we've heard a lot of rumor in the past 24 to 48 hours with regard to allegedly a firing of Special Counsel Mueller, and that the White House and even the attorneys for the president are advising him to stay clear of that, and I think that's wise. And as an American citizen, I'm happy with that decision. I think looking forward, though, with regard to the Attorney General, we have to find out, was he involved in the firing of former FBI Director Comey, because he was supposed to be recused? And why was there the recusal? Because remember, he's kind of backpedaled on that, saying more that it was because of his involvement in the campaign as opposed to meetings with the Russian ambassador. And was there a third meeting with the Russian ambassador, which was insinuated by former FBI Director Comey in his testimony? So I think those questions really need to be answered. And honestly, I hope somebody asks him when he says, I made a mistake. If you say something that's not true under oath, you're lying under oath. I don't care who you are. I don't care what party you're part of. And I hope somebody presses him on that as well.
Let's bring John in here, because there was something that the former FBI director said last week that sort of seemed to imply that there was more that we didn't know, that we would find out about the Attorney General, saying something like, oh, we knew that he was going to recuse himself, or he'd be moving in that direction. There were things that pointed to that. And people can read that a lot of different ways. I mean, how far do you think, John, that the Attorney General goes today in trying to clear his name?
That's a big question. I don't think anyone really knows what former Director Comey was talking about. I think that what Sessions might talk about today is the fact that from the very beginning, back in the confirmation hearings, he was saying that he would very likely step aside from any investigation touching on the campaign that he was involved in. So I don't really see that there was a need for there to be more, connection, that there had to be these meetings between, Russian officials and Senator Sessions for him to recuse himself. He was part of the campaign.
Right.
The real question I think he'll get is whether or not, why he changed his tune about Director Comey.
All right. Well, we will see. We'll all have our popcorn and be ready to go this afternoon, 2 o'clock. Please join us here on Fox. Leslie and John, good to see you both. Thanks
Think about the relationship.